and welcome to Bees Jar. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this honeybee beautiful beaded bracelet. For this beautiful little bracelet project we're going to make, on my table here I have a facet bead. This one's actually just a starter bead, so it won't be included in the design. A little pearl bead for the clasp that we're going to make. Size 11 seed beads, Mayukis, and true to check faceted beads. I've also got these beautiful honeycomb petrol colours, and I'm using an 8-pound fireline thread, which I've pre-cut 1.5 meters of in length. And then as my tools, I've just got the precision scissors for finishing. Nice and easy to start with. I've just threaded up a size 10 beading needle with the fire line on, and I'm going to start with my starter bead. So you just want to thread through that, take it all the way to the end of the thread, and I'd suggest leaving about a 15 centimetre tail that we're going to tuck in at the end of the project. So I've popped that on, and then I'm just going to go back through with the beading needle, and I'm going to do that twice just to really secure it so it doesn't slide on the thread as we're working. So I've just gone through twice there, and then I'm just going to go through once more. Okay, so double through that starter bead so it doesn't move about. Then we're going to add 25 of the seed beads onto our beading needle. Once you've got those on, always do just a quick second check. So I've got 25, and this section is going to form the loop for our clasp at the end. So I'm just going to take those all the way down the thread to our starter bead that we just added, like so. And then we're going to make the loop, and you're going to go through the first bead that we started with. So you just want to take your needle through there. Bringing in the loop of beads. So the end of our clasp is going to be this beautiful pearl, so that is going to form the loop to sit in that one. Okay. Next we're ready to start putting the actual bracelet together. So you want to thread onto your beading needle 3 of these seed beads, and then we're going to add one of the true to beads in on there and 1 extra seed bead. So we've got 3 seed beads, a true, and then a seed bead. You're then going to go through the honeycomb. So there's 2 holes on the honeycomb on one side and 2 on the opposite. So you're just going to go through one side, like so, and then we're going to repeat this pattern. So it's 1 seed bead, true 2, and then 3 seed beads above that. And you're going to go all the way around, so take your time, the loop that we've created. This will just make it very nice and secure before we continue threading the bracelet. So we're not going through those beads, we're going to go up through the 25th bead on our loop. So you can do this one at a time so you're not missing anything, so you know your bead's gone, so your needle's gone all the way through. So as this comes through, it does get easier as you move on with your project and you get a bit less thread. as you're working. So I'm pulling that up, and then I'm going to start my journey with the needle all the way through until I'm coming back out through that hole there. So just like I say, be very careful that you're getting every single seed bead as you're going around, and if you're not sure, just keep doing small sections. So I'm going to do those 4 and bring my thread through. So I've come out to the side there, and I'm going to go through the next lot of seed beads. Twist it round, whichever's more comfortable for you to work with. You don't have to stay stuck in one position, just make it easy as you can for yourself. So I've come all the way around the loop, and I'm going to go back through the seed bead and down the side. I'm going back down through those. And then the true 2. Like I say, you can manipulate this round, you don't have to stay with your hands stuck in one place, and through the honeycomb bead as well here. So I've come out of the opposite side than we went through. Don't worry about the tension too much at this point, because we can tighten that up when we come back at the end. So we've got our starting point here. And now I'm going to do the fancy fringing that's going to come around the sides. So I'm now going to add 3 of the seed beads onto my needle, and I'm going to go through the bottom hole of the honeycomb. So this is creating the decorative edge on the honeycomb bead. So that's one of the sides done, and then I'm going to do another 3 on this, and you're going to loop all the way around and then come back out, so we're at this point again to start our next row of seed beads. So pop 3 on, I'm going to twist that round and take the needle through the top hole again, like so. So my honeycomb bead is sat with its little decorative edge, and then I'm going to take these through the seed beads. As with before, just keep checking you've not missed any of them out. Back through the honeycomb, but not the seed bead this time. And onto our next section with the true 2s. So I'm just going to use 1 seed bead, 1 true 2, and another seed bead. And then you're going to pick up your next honeycomb bead as well. Now they have got different faces, so there's one side on these honeycombs that's more deep in colour and the next one's more translucent. I personally like to keep them all the same way, but that's totally fine if you wanted to change that and have them alternate or all the same with the glass side more on show. And then seed bead, true two, and seed bead, and then go back through that hole. You're working through the whole lot again. This gives it a much more solid structure and obviously gets us to the next part of the weave as well. Okay, so we're at the other side of the honeycomb and we're going back to adding our 3 little fringe details on the side. So we've got 3 and through. I'll just do this one more section before then showing you how to put the fastening on that end as well and completing this beautiful little bracelet. And so forth. So you're going to come back up now and keep going on in that same pattern until you've got the length you require. Don't forget we are going to add another length of about 1.5 centimeters for the other side, so think about that when you're planning the length for your bracelet. So we've threaded all of those beads and I've got the bracelet length I want, so we're now going to add the other side of the clasp with our pearl bead. So I've come out from our 3 as we've gone through the bracelet and I'm about to start to finish the clasp. So I'm going to put 1 seed bead, 1 true 2, I'm going to add another 3, that way we're matching this section here, and then we're also going to add an extra 3 at this point for the pearl bead. So in total on this section we've got 1 seed, 1 true and 6 seed beads above it. You then want to go through the pearl bead and we're also going to then thread another 3 seed beads above the pearl. Now we're not going to go back through these, but we are going to go back through the pearl bead and 3 of our seed beads on this section. So not these ones. They can go down your wire and then you're going to go back with your needle through the pearl and the 3 seed beads, like so. I'll take that out and then I'll just pull this section in so you can see what we've now got on this end. So we've added that on and then we're just going to repeat that pattern and come back through. So you want another 3 seed beads, and then a true 2 and your last seed bead for that sequence. And we're going to go back through the honeycomb, and I'm also going to then take the needle all the way back round to secure that fastener before coming out next to my honeycomb again. As I always mention, just take your time, make sure that your needle goes all the way through the correct beads and you're not missing anything out. So as I pull that down, you'll see how the fastener actually is now in place before I'm about to go around, and when we finish, that will actually slip into this loop to give you your clasp. So I've come out of this side now, and I'm just working my way around with the beading needle. So even if I can't quite make it through all of them at once, just do sections of beads. So I've come out after going around the second time around this clasp section, and I've come out to the side, and now we're going to finish this project at this end for now with it's called a half hitch knot. I'm just going to take my needle through the honeycomb once more, and I've just popped out by the side of the honeycomb, and what I want to do is take my needle under the weave, so the thread that's under the weave in between the honeycomb and the first seed bead. So it's a bit tight because we've pulled the tension in, so it's actually looped underneath the thread that's going through those, and as I pull that down, we've got a loop of the thread forming, and before I pull it too tight, I'm just going to take my needle back through. So basically creating a knot with the thread. So I've made my knot, and I'm just going to pull that nice and tight, and I'm securing that there. I'm then going to pass back through these 3, and I'm going to do one on this side as well to make sure it's really, really nice and secure. So I've come back out past those 3, and I just want to do another half hitch knot here. So I'm going under with my needle, and back through the loop. Pull that tight. Personally, I just want to finish by taking this thread into a few of the beads, and then I take it out to the side and cut the excess off. So I've just gone through the next 3 as well. My threads come out the side there, and then I can finish that off with the precision scissors. I'm just going to take the scissors, and I'm going to get nice and close to the beads. So that's hidden now into the project as well. Now we need to just make sure we don't forget this end. So we attached our starter bead here, which, as I mentioned, isn't going to be part of the project. So I'm just going to release that. Don't cut it off, we need the thread. So I'm just gently undoing the wrap round. It should just slide off. So we've taken the starter bead off, slid that off, and then we're just going to move the needle round. So from the piece we had it on, we'll return it to this side now. I've got a slightly frayed end on the thread, so we'll cut that away and restring the needle. And you're going to do the half hitch knot on this end. So I'm going to go back through these beads until I've got to the honeycomb one, and I'm going to start that same half hitch knot process. A loop under the thread. Yeah, make sure it doesn't loop over like that, and then back through the loop. I'm going to go through the honeycomb, and then I'm going to do the same on this side as well. And then, just as I did on the other side, take it back through a few of the beads, and when I'm happy with where it's coming out and the thread's hidden, I'm going to take that off. So that end now is also complete, as is the other side, and then this will just beautifully pop through, a bit like a buttonhole, and that will give you the fantastic bracelet all finished.
Beautiful.
Thank you for watching today's tutorial, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Give us a thumbs up if you have, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can see all of our latest projects and any of our product reviews that we have that are going on as well. Until then, bye!